Welcome back. This is episode 3, and things are heating up like never before. With Real King and White Tiger at odds and Sua's schemes spiraling out of control, the stakes are higher than ever. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update. Now, let's dive back into the drama. Yeondu firmly rejects Yeol's suggestion to join the cheerleading squad with him, employing his own counting trick against him. 1. She doesn't associate with people who break their promises. 2. She refuses to have anything to do with Sua. 3. And by this point, she's glaring directly in his face. She will never do cheerleading with him. She attempts to walk past, but Yeol grabs her wrist and pulls her back, shouting that she has to join. Unfazed, Yeondu threatens him with a painful demise until he releases her grip. Principal Choi has a pointed conversation with Ha-jun, asking if everything is okay since his father had expressed concern at the last committee meeting. While Ha-jun remains subdued, Yeol appears visibly angry at the principal's manipulation. It's clear that their agreement. Her silence about Ha-jun's self-harm in exchange for Yeondu and Real King joining the cheerleading team still weighs heavily on him. However, when Ha-jun asks Yeol about his interactions with Principal Choi, Yeol brushes it off as unimportant, proving yet again that he's a fiercely loyal friend. Tensions rise when Yeol and Ha-jun stumble upon a confrontation between Yeondu, alongside Hyo-shik and Da-mi, and Sua, flanked by Real King deserters Sung-woo and Kyung-eun. Sua smugly flaunts the betrayal of Yeondu's former allies, insinuating that Yeondu is selfishly holding Hyo-shik and Da-mi back. However, Hyo-shik tells Sua to shove it, earning a proud grin from Yeol as they walk past him. Later, Yeol approaches Sua, asking how she managed to sway the Real King members. She retorts that she didn't need to bribe them. They joined White Tiger to avoid being expelled from the dorms. Refusing to give up, Yeol confronts Yeondu again, but she still won't listen. Determined, he devises a plan. He racks up demerits by deliberately breaking rules, ensuring he's assigned the same cleaning duty as Yeondu. As they crush milk cartons for recycling, Yeol tries to win Yeondu over. She challenges him to focus on the task if he really wants to prove himself. At first, they're slow and inefficient, but as Yeondu demonstrates a quicker method and adds a playful rhythm, the two begin working in sync. Despite herself, Yeondu starts to enjoy their teamwork, but she quickly pulls back, wary of letting her guard down. Yeol, however, grins knowingly, seeing the cracks in her defenses. Their brief camaraderie is interrupted when Hyo-shik shows up with his suitcase, revealing that he and Da-mi have been kicked out of the dorms. Yeondu apologizes for being unable to help, but Hyo-shik bravely hides his disappointment, maintaining his loyalty to her. Yeol, seeing her heartbreak, asks if she's really going to let her friends leave. Yeondu snaps, "What do you want me to do?" She knows that agreeing to cheerleading would fix everything, but she refuses to be manipulated. Overwhelmed, she breaks into sobs. Even an hour later, Yeondu is still crying. To her surprise, Yeol remains by her side. When Ha-jun calls to warn him that closing time is in 5 minutes, Yeol quips, "How about crying while you run?" They miss curfew and are locked out, but Yeol, ever resourceful, whistles for Ha-jun to lower a rope. Yeondu tries calling for help, but Sua deliberately ignores her call. Refusing to rely on Yeol, Yeondu initially declines his help. Yeol presents her with 3 options: get caught and expelled, sleep outside, or climb the rope with his help. Begrudgingly, she chooses the 3rd option. The pair climb the rope while Dong-jae anxiously waits inside, stalling the teacher conducting late-night inspections. When the teacher bursts into the room, Ha-jun claims Yeol is sick in bed. Beneath the covers, Yeondu hides alongside Yeol, clinging to the sheets as Yeol feigns illness to ward off suspicion. After the teacher leaves, Yeol softly apologizes to Yeondu for using her friends to try and convince her. Before he can finish, Ha-jun yanks the covers away, forcing Yeondu to flee. Yeol watches her leave, looking like he still has something important left unsaid. Yeondu manages to return to her dorm in time, only to receive a text from Yeol, asking her to meet him in the laundry room. When she arrives, he tells her he's going to try something new, a lie that sounds sincere. Yeol confesses that if he can't convince her, one of his friends will be in serious trouble. He needs to join the cheerleading team to protect that friend. For Yeondu, pride is her top priority. For Yeol, his priority is his friend. He acknowledges her feelings but emphasizes that the decision is entirely hers. That night, Yeondu tosses and turns, staring at a picture of herself with the Real King crew. Across campus, Yeol stays awake as well, silently watching over a sleeping Ha-jun. His thoughts linger on Yeondu's earlier tears, her declaration that her pride is the only thing she has left and that she'd rather die than be used. In the middle of the night, Yeon-do calls the Real King members together, even Jun-soo, the first to leave. She asks them all a serious question: can they live without Real King? For her, life without dancing is possible, but life without her friends isn't. She urges them to reclaim Real King with her, even if it means joining the cheerleading team. Whether it's cheerleading or dancing, what truly matters is doing it together. The next day, all 6 of them boldly march into Principal Choi's office to confront her about their expulsions from the dorms. The principal, of course, denies any wrongdoing, insisting each eviction was justified. She claims they were given a choice: leave the dorms or join White Tiger. Yeon-do, undeterred, states that they've decided to join White Tiger, on the condition that if they win regionals, Real King will be officially restored. Principal Choi agrees, but Yeon-do reveals she's been recording the conversation on her phone. With evidence in hand, she plans to hold the principal to her word. Principal Choi demands apology letters from each of them for barging into her office and misconduct. Anticipating this, the group smirks as they lay their pre-written letters on her desk. Their united defiance is both hilarious and satisfying. Later, Yeol catches Yeon-do on the roof, psyching herself up with loud, self-encouraging shouts. He teases her, reminding her that he's already seen her cry with snot and all, so this is nothing new. When he thanks her for changing her mind, she asks if he can really protect his friend. He casually reminds her that his earlier plea was a lie. Meanwhile, the White Tiger students' mothers storm into the school, confronting Principal Choi over her manipulative schemes to help one student, Sua, get ahead. Choi defends herself, arguing that the program will bolster their children's college applications as well. But the moms are unmoved, vowing to expose her favoritism and corruption. Unbeknownst to everyone, someone snaps a photo of the confrontation through the office window. The image is quickly sent to the Education Office Civil Complaint Board, bringing the school's unethical practices under scrutiny. Elsewhere, Yeol's dad takes Yeon-do's mom out for an elegant dinner, claiming there's no special occasion despite the small box he's hiding in his pocket. As the meal progresses, he signals the waiter to bring out a celebratory cake. However, just as he's about to retrieve the box, the White Tiger moms arrive, derailing his plan. He swiftly cancels the surprise and ushers Yeon-do's mom out of the restaurant, much to her amusement. She's more than happy to escape the chaos caused by the White Tiger moms. The White Tiger moms meet after being invited by Sua's mom and director Lee. They are upset about how their kids are being used and demand an explanation. But deep down, they also want their kids to benefit from this. Sua's mom warns them to be careful because if their plan gets exposed, it could cause trouble for everyone. Later, one mom calls Sua's mom and warns her that Principal Choi is digging for dirt on her. Sua's mom isn't worried. She tells the mom they should find something bad about the principal first. Sua's mom knows the other moms don't really trust her and might turn on her. To stay ahead, she tells Director Kim to call the cheerleading instructor and make some changes. Instead of just Sua being the star, all the White Tiger students will share the spotlight. Instructor Nam arrives on campus in a bold and flashy way, catching the attention of some boys. Even Teacher Young seems impressed until he gets a closer look at her face, and his excitement fades. He points her to the principal's office, looking shocked. Inside the office, Instructor Nam quickly points out the White Tiger students and announces her plan. They will win the regional cheerleading championship in 2 months. Real King will handle the hard dancing and tricky moves, while White Tiger will do the simpler parts, like shaking pom-poms. Yeon-do is angry and argues that Real King is doing all the hard work while White Tiger gets the credit. But Instructor Nam says it doesn't matter. This is what she's being paid to do, so they will follow her rules. After the meeting, Yeon-do confronts Sua, saying she's trying to use Real King to make herself look good. Sua brushes it off, saying it's not up to them to decide. Later, Ha-jun asks Yeol what's going on between him and Yeon-do. Yeol laughs it off, saying it's just a coincidence they keep meeting. But he admits he feels like he owes her something, leaving Ha-jun confused. Meanwhile, Sua is upset because she didn't do well on a test. She sneaks off to get a cigarette she hid under a brick. Just as she's about to smoke it, Dong-jae catches her. She quickly throws the cigarette back under the brick and tries to walk away, but Dong-jae picks it up and quietly hands it to her. When she slaps it out of his hand, Dong-jae looks sad but still picks it up again. Before he can do anything else, Yeol steps in and takes the cigarette. He gives it back to Sua but makes it clear he wants something in return. He asks her if they can all work together on the cheerleading team. Yeon-do sees Yeol put the cigarette into Sua's purse. In class, Yeol pretends he lost his wallet. Teacher Yang decides to search everyone's bags. Sua freezes, knowing the cigarette is still in her purse. Yeol grins, clearly planning something. Just as the teacher is about to search Sua's bag, Yeon-do jumps in, saying Yeol already found his wallet. Yeol looks surprised but agrees, stopping the search. Sua glares at Yeol, feeling betrayed. After class, Yeol tells Yeon-do he was trying to pressure Sua into joining the team. Yeon-do doesn't agree with his method and says it's not right, even if Sua deserves it. Sua overhears and slaps Yeon-do, accusing her of being behind everything. Yeol defends Yeon-do, saying it was all his idea. Sua warns them both to stop bothering her, or she'll fight back. Later, Sua thinks about her past. She remembers a friend who was first in their class but took her own life. Her mom's reaction was cold, saying the friend only got attention because she was first. Sua remembers how Yeon-do used to comfort her, saying grades don't matter. In the present, Sua crushes the cigarette box and moves forward with her plan. During cheerleading practice, Real King does well with fitness, but White Tiger struggles. Sua talks to Yeon-do, asking why she stopped Yeol earlier. Yeon-do says she knows the cigarettes are tied to bad memories for Sua. Sua gets defensive, accusing Yeon-do of pitying her. Yeon-do sighs and says Sua is twisted, and Sua snaps back, saying she'll attack Yeon-do where it hurts most. At basketball practice, Dongjae is targeted by teammates, likely set up by Sua. He's shoved and passes out, shocking even Sua. Yeon-do feels guilty and apologizes, but Dongjae reassures her that he's okay. Yeon-do finally snaps and confronts Sua directly. She calls her out for using other people's pain. Sua warns her again to stay out of her way, but Yeon-do stands her ground, saying Sua should act like a decent person. As tension grows, the White Tiger kids start complaining about cheerleading and call their moms. Their mothers return to the school furious and demand answers from instructor Nam. Things get heated, and Principal Choi is left trying to control the chaos while the education office investigates the school.